What's shaking, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Chameleons and their 1983 album, The Script of the Bridge. Thank you again to Stuart. You may note some fireworks outside. It is New Year's Eve and maybe about an hour or so away, so the fireworks have well and truly begun. Nevertheless, the next tune is Less Than Human, and I suppose I've been waiting to react to a song by this name for a while because it immediately makes me think of the Subhumans. So, yes, the idea of not fully being human, being less than human, I think it can be, a pejorative insult, so like you're an animal, you're not even human, and maybe in that regard it could be judging somebody like morally or behaviorally, or it could be more prejudicial, you're not even human, you're a subhuman. Though it could also be self-applied, and in that regard, we're not what we're supposed to be. We're not the normative prescription that, we're sort of imbued with when we're young and told this is how you have to be and this is what humans do and so on. So it could be kind of like a badge of pride, the idea that I'm less than human because I don't follow the rules. I don't conform the way that everybody else does. So I don't have a sense for which way this might go, though I have noted they really do have some interesting and perceptive and incisive lyrics. Even after just half an album, I've gotten that sense. So I'm very curious what will happen here. Let's give it a listen. This is the Chameleons. The tune is Less Than Human, and it's from their 1983 album, Script of the Bridge.
I must have died 1,000
really fascinating sound of this one, which my brain is struggling to characterize. I'll say it sounded a bit tribal, a bit like wild or animalistic, but also there was a march to it, and not just a march, but it felt like relentless, like you couldn't stop the momentum of the tune. So yeah, somewhere in the tribalistic meets like relentlessly marching area, Venn diagram of thematic sound. And yeah, so it does sound like the phrase, the title phrase, is being self-applied, but not so much in a badge of pride way, more like, just a self-assessment, and you must have died 1,000 times, must have cried 1,000 times, and maybe feeling like, this is not normal, this is, I'm sort of living and dying and experiencing and feeling in ways that are outside what, sort of the like typical range, or the normative description of what humans are supposed to be or should be. So yeah, it feels like it's maybe a song of alienation, or a song of feeling like apart or separated from or by or in relation to other humans, or at least the standard of humans. So yeah, it sounds like a sense of, trying to get a sense of, what am I, and how does that relate to what others are, or what I'm supposed to be, and in that regard seemingly making the conclusion, or drawing the conclusion, that he, or speaking for maybe more than just the one person of the narrator, that it's different, it's less than human, it's I'm something else, I'm incomplete, or I'm fragmented or broken in ways that humans are not supposed to be officially. So yeah, it's one I'll have to listen to again, digest more. Obviously I look forward to any insight, but a really atmospheric tune, not quite as dark as one or two others I've heard from them, but certainly like, not bubbling and bright and uplifting. It definitely had this, again, kind of tribal intensity to it, mixed with this relentless driving darkness. So yeah, really interesting one, and I'm enjoying this opening album from them, or like my first experience with them, greatly. So yeah, definitely a band that I wish I'd become aware of earlier, but shout out to Stuart for bringing them to my attention in recent times. Well, let me know what you think, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.